Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 19 of Socially Hawkward. I'm Jeffrey, and with me is Jason.
Oh, hey.
And we're going to do some, one game recap of the Western Conference Finals and then take a brief look at the finals. And then, well, probably before all that, we'll look at a few small things. But first thing, Ottawa's got a new coach. Well, who's the coach hiring, Jason?
So they hired, he was actually one of the assistants for Toronto. His name's DJ Smith. Apparently, he won the Calder in 2015. The Calder Cup.
The Memorial, I think.
No, the Calder Cup.
That's
the
Why
AHL.
am I thinking Yeah,
Memorial Trophy.
Which one's Memorial then? I always get them mixed up.
It's like
Is that
when
WHL?
it's all of Canada's
Really?
leagues
WHL,
come together.
OHL.
Yeah.
Okay, I always get those. Well, what are the? Is it OHL, WHL, and then the SM?
I don't
Or is
even
it
know.
like the QMJHL?
Is that Canada? That's not Canada.
Is it not Canada? Quebec, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Quebec
Major?
Major Junior Hockey League. Yep.
Boom, pieced it together. Pat on the back.
But yeah, it's. I mean, it's a signing. He's. At least they didn't try and sign an older guy. They didn't go for Ken Hitchcock or anything like that.
Yeah. But I guess supposedly they weren't sure if he even had a job in Toronto anymore. Like Babcock was the only guy who was for sure coming back.
I think his other assistants got fired too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And the other thing I think I read this, but he was in charge of that DJ Smith, right?
Yeah.
He was in charge of fixing their penalty kill and.
They had a terrible penalty kill. Yeah.
I heard
that too. I mean,
maybe
that could be personnel though.
Yeah, there's still potential there. I mean,
there's not that many defensive players.
It's not like he has high
Toronto.
expectations, so
Yeah, I mean he'll do fine for a year or two. Then once they start actually getting good, he'll probably be fired, and they'll bring in a different coach.
The only other coach hiring I actually just remembered, the Hawks did hire an assistant. I think it was one of Carlton's older assistants from. Is it Swedish? Swedish. Is it Sweden he coached? I don't remember. Somewhere overseas.
I think it was Sweden.
But supposedly I don't know how big, as far as coaching prospects, I guess he was considered a coaching prospect. I don't know, he's 30-some years old too. Another young guy. But, I mean, he's bringing it. It's just the best way to put it would be Stan Bowman's letting Carlton,
letting him bring his guys over.
Even though Carlton is his guy, so it would make sense, but he's letting him, handle his personnel. At the end,
he definitely didn't do that last season. He didn't have his guys there last season.
Oh, Carlton? No.
Yeah.
No. But I meant he came in, a couple months in already, so that kind of made sense.
Yeah.
But Quinville, at least towards the end, he was definitely on a shorter leash, obviously. But I mean, at least he's letting him be comfortable. All right, this is more your team, and they'll get the preseason and whatnot, off season. But what's the other? Was there another hiring?
No. The other thing I have is Brock Nelson signed.
Brock Nelson's right.
Yeah,
contract.
he signed a 6-year, $6 million a year.
6 years. How old is he?
He's 27.
Why do I think he's 23, 24?
No, he's 27. I mean, they have the money, so not a big deal there, I guess.
I bet you Islanders fans didn't think he'd sign for that much.
Yeah, it's a little pricey.
27. What were his stats? What did he do this last year that warranted that? Because I'm seeing, we'll get into it later, but I'm seeing a lot of Sharks fans want Meyer for 6 mil. And Meyer had a great fucking year. He's going to get more than 6 mil, but the fact that, you know what I mean? I don't know.
I don't know. I could see Meyer signing for 6.
Yeah, for a year or two. but I don't think he'll do it long term. So I think he thinks he's worth more, and he'll maybe do a bridge deal, which that's an expensive bridge deal, but still nowadays, I feel like that's gonna be more common. Sits mil.
Yeah,
bridge deals.
that's one of the things I said on Cap Friendly.
Oh,
It's
really?
like I said, like, yeah, he'll sign for 6-7 mil, but on a bridge deal. And they're like, oh, that's not a bridge deal if it's 6-7 mil. I'm like, that's the new bridge deal. That's
The cap's going up
cap,
every year.
Everyone's contracts goes up, the cap go up,
That means-
the bridge deals are gonna go up
Yeah, it's not like 3 mil anymore. It's you see
Right.
a 6 mil, 7 mil bridge
too.
deal.
5, 6, 7 will be the new bridge.
Yeah, I mean that's half of what McDavid's making.
Yeah.
Before bridge deals were like 3 mil, but that's when like the highest paid player was like Ovi and Crosby at like what 9 mil.
Yeah.
I know it's not exactly the same percentage wise, but cap's going up, bridge deals are going up. It's that simple. But really, when I'm looking at Brock Nelson's stats, I mean, the one thing I'll say about him in all the years he played for the Islanders, he's played 3 full seasons, 2 81-game seasons, and his lowest, his rookie year in New York, 72 games.
That's not bad.
Health-wise,
Yeah.
you can't ask for much more. Points-wise, there's
What is he, 50 point?
53. And
Yeah.
that's his highest. Nothing
Ooh.
against him, but
Is he at least consistent? Like, consistently
his
50s?
first year, 26, but again, that was his first year at the age of 22, and he played 10 less games.
That's
than
fine, yeah.
Next year, bumps up to 42. 20 goals, 22 assists. Improvement. I like it. Next year after that, 26 goals, 14 assists, 40 points. Consistency, nonetheless, I guess.
But he's not going to get better from here.
Exactly. And then 45 points, 35 points, and then a new high, which is only
This
8
past
more.
season.
This past season, only 8 more than his
Win
previous
scoring
high.
has gone way up.
Has yet to score over 30 goals, too, and you're paying him 6 mil. I mean, ideally, he's
I guess
a really good third line player.
Towards the end of that deal, though,
I'm fine with
it
him
won't
being
look
on the
bad.
With
the cap going up
assuming
and-
he sits at this
yeah, assuming
consistency. Because, I mean, at the end of the deal, it's 60 years. I don't know what his birthday is or anything, but he'll be about 30.
Assuming
30.
he's scoring 50 points a season still.
Even 40, 45, I'm fine.
The cap will go up so much to where it won't look that bad.
I think he's a maybe a little under par when it comes to second line player. At best, very, very average. I think he's a really good third line player, though.
I don't really know much about Brock Nelson. I don't like. No one can say they've been watching Islanders games this season. Like,
I don't know who he's played with most of the year. I think they've been using him as a second line though. With it was, I can't say the name. Bavillier. Jesus. I want to say he's played with him a lot, but I could be wrong. Definitely could be. I wouldn't bet on it. I don't know, but I mean, he's 27. It's not like he's getting any better.
Well, they have plenty of cap space.
And it's 6 years. It's not. I mean, it could be
7.
It could be 8, right?
Oh, it could be 8. Yeah.
So I guess you got that going.
I just can't see I can't see other teams pressuring them to make it that much.
Like, you think someone else is really like saying like, "Hey, we're gonna offer you," So why'd you lock him up so quick? Like, just let it play out. You didn't need to sign him this quick unless you were really worried. Although, and that's how inaccurate this website is. So I don't fucking use it anymore, except desperate times. But on Daily Faceoff, they have him set as the first line center above Barzal.
Okay.
Hockey lines are so tough. Like, I know it's a thing that needs to be updated on a consistent basis, like pretty much daily.
Yeah.
Because they're always. I mean, Quinville was changing lines nonstop. That's what he does. But man, this website frustrates me.
Well, now they have to sign Barzal. So.
Is he up?
Oh no!
Is that
next year, Barzal. This year, Lee.
Yeah, Lee for sure, and who we both think. He's the captain.
They have to give him whatever he wants.
I mean, to an extent. I don't know about anything. If he asks for $8 million, 7 years, you're gonna give that to him? No,
You might give that to him.
Jesus.
They might give that to him.
If it's for like 3 years, I'll give it to him. Just because it's just, they have the cap space for it right now. But, I'm not giving him $8 million a year for that.
I don't think
Are you
he's worth that, no.
insane?
But
I'd like, don't let the door hit you on the way out, bud. We got Barzal as our new captain.
what, you want him to sign for 7?
I think if you did him for 8, that's not good. 7, I could make that work.
You want him to sign for what Brock Nelson just signed for?
Yeah, 6.5.
Not going to happen.
Well, not anymore.
It's
that's the most. I guess that's the biggest concern with this contract.
It's a view into things to come.
Because when you look at just the isolated Nelson contract, it's like that's not the worst thing.
Overpaid Brock Nelson. They're gonna overpay Lee too.
Overpaid Brock Nelson. Domino effects in the Lee. Yeah, they need to sign Lee, who's 28. I don't know. I know he had a good year. Do we know how good of a year?
I'd be surprised if he got 70 points.
Really? I thought that's about where he got actually. You said you'd be surprised if he got it or if he didn't.
If he got that.
I was thinking 70 points.
I was thinking 30, like 66,
35
67.
goals. What am I looking at? Wow. I was way off. I was right on the goals, but man, he got 51 points.
What?
62 points the year before.
See?
Again, though, I will say something about Islanders players. 22, he only played 2 games, so I'm guessing rookie year. 23, age of 23, only played 22 games, guessing still rookie year. And then after that, 76, 80, 81, 82, 82. They like to be consistent and healthy, I like that in a player. Awesome.
They had Tavares, who was never injured, too.
Exactly. Love it. But
they also got Johnny Boychuk on that team, though.
I will say, because this was the first year of Tavares, obviously.
Without Tavares?
Yeah, without Tavares. Oh, I was thinking Toronto in my head when I said that. That's why I said that way. But last year, not surprisingly, 82 games played, 40 goals, 62 points. Tavares, he probably played with Tavares most of the year, I would assume.
Or he wasn't the first line center. Or is he playing center or is he playing wing?
I think he normally plays wing, but if he played center, I could not answer that. No, I'm just saying I think Tavares has helped pad his stats by a couple points. Nothing crazy, but a little bit.
Yeah, they're gonna end up overpaying a lot of guys.
You mentioned $8 million. That actually, now seeing all this and looking at seeing what Nelson got paid, that $8 million wouldn't surprise me. And he's what, like 28, 29?
I think he's probably the same age as Nelson, maybe a year younger.
He's 28, and Nelson was 27, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, year older.
Yeah, I don't like it.
6-year deal.
I don't like it.
That's a recipe for disaster for them.
They're trending the wrong way on those contracts.
I mean, they haven't signed that one yet.
It's gonna happen if you overpay. Why they're not just gonna overpay one guy? And this is the guy that everyone
we would
wants.
know being Hawks fans.
Anders Lee is the guy that everyone wants.
Yeah. Maybe like a sign-in shirt. Oh, but he's going to get a no movement clause.
He's the captain, though. You can't trade your captain again.
Beg to differ. Again.
Well, they didn't trade him.
No, they just let him walk. That's right.
Yeah.
Again, you fooled me.
You can't let
with
your
that.
captain walk again.
I mean, you can. Yep. I don't know. They need to work on some stuff. Letty is still only 28. That is blowing my mind.
Yeah, I saw that.
Ageless wonder right there.
I'll take him back for cheap.
28. Do you know how much he gets paid?
What, like $5 million?
5.5. But the Hawks couldn't afford that, apparently.
We'll trade you a Nisamov.
Anisimov, and I would.
Would you trade Saad for him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would too.
I'm not saying we have the forward depth that I wish we had, but I mean.
But Saad's not playing on those first 2 lines, so
exactly, and he's getting paid $6 million.
Yeah.
Trade him, get Letty back. Although I don't know that I'm always if I'm trading right now, if I'm the Hawks, if I'm trading for a defenseman, I'm trading at least one away. Like, that's my rule of thumb. There are too many of them.
Well, they got a lot of guys signed to like 1-year deals, though.
Yeah, the problem isn't the 1-year deal, though. I mean, it's always going to be the Seabrook and the Teeths and the... Yeah, that's it.
They can make the Seabrook, Keith, Letty work
That's a lot of money.
with the kids, then, though. All making less than $1 million.
Because that's... What is that? That's like 17 mil in 3 defensemen.
Mm-hmm. That's 17 mil and 6 defensemen, honestly, if you have all the kids up.
And then that's 22 mil-ish in 2 forwards. It's disgusting.
Good thing the cap goes up every year.
Yeah. Sign them now. That way, when the cap goes up, you don't have to sign people to higher than what they're worth contracts. That's a slippery slope. I don't know. I'll take Letty, though. That's all I know. I don't know how or why. I'll take... Oh, I know why. I don't know how, though. He doesn't have a no trade or anything. Boydshut does, though, so...
Yeah.
What was that?
Saw that.
That was too much of Islanders talk. What else was there? There was one other small thing, right?
Just a trade rumor of Kessel.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So there's a rumor. The hot rumor right now is Pittsburgh's trying to move Phil Kessel. And apparently the most recent attempt was to them trading Phil Kessel to Minnesota for, I'm assuming, a package.
Yeah, not just
that includes Jason Zucker.
What happened to him this last year? What?
It's Minnesota.
No, I know. I'm saying what happened to him this season, like this last season here. Like,
why?
Didn't he? I swear. Or am I thinking of Hornquist? I might be thinking of Hornquist.
Oh, you're talking about Kessel?
Yeah.
Kessel he got like 92 points.
I'm thinking of Hornquist then. Hornquist had the bad year, right? And he was hurt for some of it.
I don't really know about Hornquist.
You sure Kessel did that well?
Yeah.
How many points do you say Kessel got?
I think he got 92.
How many goals?
Oh, I don't.
I want a number.
Look that.
I want a number.
39.
39 and 92 points. 39 goals. Oh, that's a lot. Oh, you're off.
What do you end up getting?
27 goals, 82 points. Points are terrible.
I knew it was a 2.
I knew it was a 2. What's your excuse for the goals? You're off by 12. That's not bad.
I don't look at that. I don't look at goals, assists. I look at points.
Well, I mean, you were off on points too. He got 92 points the previous year.
Okay, that's because I think I looked at his.
Look at this health. I can't. Yeah? This is the podcast about health, man. 82, 82, 48, but shortened. 48 games was the match that year. 82, 82, 82, 82, 82, 82. He does not miss a game.
Yeah.
I'll take him. How much does he get paid?
He makes $8 million.
That's a lot.
But Toronto pays 1.2 of that.
I'm stepping right back in.
So 6.8 would be the cost.
Yeah. What do you want for him? I'll throw in. I would honestly.
Saad?
Do you think about trading one of your defensive prospects for him? Or not yours, but the Hawks?
They'd have
if you're the Hawks?
They have to take cap back, too.
So you're thinking 1 for 1 and they take cap back? Or are you thinking throwing other stuff in there?
Kessel for... See, nothing's going to... What? Saad and Bodine?
I was thinking maybe Yoti Haru just because he's more NHL ready and that might entice them more. I like Yoti Haru. I'm just saying, I think that the NHL ready part, in my opinion,
definitely is what they're looking for, yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Saad and Yoti Haru. I mean, and Saad, I know he's
Samov and Yoki Haru. I don't think I'd do Saad and Yoki Haru.
So you think Saad has still some decent value to him?
He has value, and Isamov has negative value, I feel.
Oh, really? I was thinking the opposite, honestly.
Really?
I liked Saad. I always have, but ever since we down bat, he's not the same as when he left. When he left, he was the Nets Hossa. Not necessarily that. He was like a Nets mini Hossa. How about that? That might be a better way to put it. Like, the way he played and everything.
The next Hossa.
Yeah, the way he was playing and everything. Like, you looked at it, it's like, man, that reminds me of Hossa. Like, he's really, like, he puts in the effort. He's going hard, two-way game.
Now I don't really notice a two-way game at all.
I don't notice him at all anymore. and it's disappointing because he was one of my favorite players. And was it 2013 Cup run? I think they traded him after that, and it was just disappointing when they traded him. And even when they down bad, and even though it costed all of Panarin, which is like holy shit, in the moment I'm like, it sucks. But
tried talking yourself into it.
I didn't try. I did, and now I'm like, man, that's rough. That was a rough trade. But so I honestly think, and Nisimov, I feel like not noticing him in the role he's playing isn't necessarily a bad thing. Like, I feel like he does all the right things, and he puts up points when he needs. Like, I don't know. Plus, it's only $4 million. It's $2 million less than.
Wasn't it 5?
I thought it was 4.
I believe it's 5.
Well, that changed it a little bit, but
I could be wrong.
I feel pretty. I don't know. I'll look it up, but yeah, I definitely think Saad is trending more towards negative value, and Anisimov. Not saying Anisimov has a lot, but you did it like a pick for him, like a fifth. But it's 4.5. So 4.55. So
I knew there was a 5 in there.
4 point. There are 2 5s, and if you're going in terms of who's closer
to me,
you were 450,000.
But if you're going Price is Right, I was over.
You went over. So thank you. I appreciate that. He only has 1 more year left, or no, 2 more. I keep looking at this the wrong. Oh, yeah, 2 more.
That's 2 more.
I don't know. Yeah, that'd be cool though. I'm all for Kessel. I never disliked him in any way. He puts up points and he plays healthy. I mean,
I wonder. Do you know how long he signed for? How many more years?
I mean, I could in about 2 seconds.
Wasn't he 32?
Oh yeah, he's not young.
So how long? He's
2
not
more
gonna
years.
Be, oh, that's
31.
Oh,
or 3 more years. I'm sorry. I keep. Cat Friendly has considered this season over, and I haven't because it's not. Like,
it is for Phil Kessel, though.
I was gonna say, I wonder what it says for like Boston players. Does it do this? Does it act like it's over? Yeah, it does. It's on. I mean, I guess it's the regular season.
Yeah, that's.
Whatever. It's gonna take me a little bit to get used to that.
So he's 31 with 3 years left.
Yeah, I'm honestly.
I'm down for that.
Yeah, let's go.
We don't have anything that they want though.
I feel like Yoki Haru and then Saad / Anisimov, one of the two. I'm throwing a pick, throwing a 3rd rounder. I don't give a shit. A 3rd, Yoki Haru.
For a guy who consistently scores 90 points.
Yoki Haru, a 2nd. And then Saad. I mean, even Saad or Anisimov. You might be overpaying for one of them, maybe even both of them. Not by much. You're saving cap space a little bit. A little bit. More so with the Anisimov. You're getting Yoki Haru, who, like I said, NHL ready.
And in Yoki Haru, you're not saving any cap space with Saad then.
True. But NHL ready. Players, he can play second pairing. He can play, and everyone thinks, all their fans think Dumoulin's a top tier defenseman. Apparently, you got Letang and Dumoulin on your first pairing. Yoki Haru and what is Mata maybe with them? I don't know how it would work, but and then you throw in a 2nd rounder. I don't feel like that's that bad. And then Saad and Anisimov, like,
I mean, if they're trying to trade for Zucker, if it's just like Zucker and a pick, then yeah, this is equal to that.
I feel like it's more.
Yeah, it's at least equal to that. I'll say.
At worst, yeah.
But I don't know.
I mean, yeah, that sucks for this upcoming year.
Would the Blackhawks be on his no trade list?
Valid point.
Because that's apparently why this Minnesota trade's falling through.
Valid point. I mean, it's not like we can possibly know. I wish that was something they had to make public.
Right.
You know how interesting that would be to see, like, oh, really? He left this team off. Like, really? No Tampa Bay? He doesn't want to go to Tampa Bay. Who doesn't want to go to Tampa Bay right now? Like, you know how interesting that would be part of the rules? Like, you can have your no trade list, but you have to make it public.
Would teams
how about public
take offense to that, though?
After the trade is done?
Would teams take offense to that though? Like for later on?
What do you mean? Like
if
you're
they're
a free agent later
and
so you want?
We're on your no trade list. Why do you want to come here?
I'd be like, well, why do you want me here if you're taking this meeting? If I was, I mean, yeah, I guess maybe, right? But they're obviously on your no trade list for a reason. So why would you? You know what I mean?
You're older. You're desperate. No one else wants you.
I maybe
I don't want to go to Edmonton, but I'm 34 and
I want to play with David.
I'd still want to play.
And with David's here, so I figure maybe.
I'm willing to sign for $1 million, so.
I don't know. I feel like people do worse, and they get signed. Voinov, look at him.
He's going to sign
down.
for somewhere. He'll play in the NHL
41
next
games
season for sure.
I didn't look into the details because I'm just at this point over and disgusted by all of it that I just don't care anymore.
Well, they said it's because of time served.
No, he's banned forever. Done. Case closed.
Yeah, I don't agree with it. But at that point, I wouldn't have Austin Watson in the league either. There you go. Have him go to fucking Nashville.
Yeah. At least LA kind of did the right thing. I think
they came out and said they're not going to sign him.
Didn't they before though, like, be really delayed about like kicking him off the team pretty much or whatever?
I don't know.
Maybe not. I could be wrong. But yeah, that's good. I don't know. Whatever. That's the other possibility. Teams can just go out and be like, no.
He's gonna sign to one of those.
Oh yeah, Edmonton will sign him.
Yeah, Edmonton. I'm trying to think of like the perfect team for him.
I mean, a team that's desperate
fucking
to
Toronto.
Compete. Oh yeah, that made sense.
They need defensemen. He's gonna be fucking cheap, possibly great. They don't give a shit about what he did.
A team that's desperate to compete.
He'll be in Toronto.
Edmonton, Toronto, or Edmonton just because they need anyone who's decent, and then Toronto is because they need anyone at a cheap price that's good and defense specifically. What the hell are we talking about? Oh, that's right, Kessel. I don't know how that happened. Oh, the no trade list. Yeah, make that public though. That'd be fun. Yeah, I'd be down for.
Oof. You're right there, bud?
No, apparently not. I'd be down for that though. That honestly, that would be like, if that was the only thing that happened this entire offseason, I'd call that a win for the Hawks. I feel like it's a fair trade. I really do. I feel like it's a win-win. They clearly. Why don't they want Kessel?
I'm just thinking to myself right now. Watch the Hawks end up signing Voinov to like a 1-year deal.
Honestly, I might stop watching. Not completely, because I'm not an animal and I need some. But I would not be proud to call myself a Hawks fan, probably.
I mean, I wouldn't be getting a jersey.
Yeah, a Voinov jersey specifically, or just any jersey?
A Voinov jersey.
I don't know.
Or I would get a Voinov jersey just for be the only one wearing one.
I mean, you definitely would be. It would be a Taze and Kane situation.
You should get it so we.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, you can buy it. How cheap are those jerseys? Stores probably won't even sell them. You don't get custom made. They're like, nah, we're good. Sorry, go shop elsewhere. Do we want to go into Stanley Cup talk, or do we want to go into Sharks? Well, Sharks talk, Stanley Cup Finals talk, or squeezing Blackhawks talk? Where do you? I'm gonna let you decide where we go.
I don't know.
Such a tough decision, I know.
I'm having really a hard time deciding. Let's just go within the finals.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Did not think you were going to fit that one.
Yeah, let's go into the finals. Everyone knows the Sharks lost. We don't have to hit them right away.
Yeah.
We don't have to make their lives worse right now.
Not great. It doesn't get any better from here.
Foreshadowing.
I mean, straight up telling. What was I going to say?
So it's St. Louis, unfortunately, is going to be playing against Boston. In like 7 weeks when the break is over.
I'm going to cut you off because I want to do something real quick.
You want to do something?
No, not do something, but it's related. So, obviously, the last time these two teams met, 1970?
70-something, yeah. 73?
It was 70. Bobby Orr's, goal. I don't know. This was pretty early on, I think, in St. Louis's.
Yeah, it was one of the... They went to the Cup Finals 3 years in a row.
And they lost
when they were expansion teams.
Yeah.
because the whole
The draft, or not the draft, the
it
conferences.
was 6 teams. They went to 12 teams, so the 6 new teams became their own division.
That made
Still,
sense.
it was going to be an expansion team in the Cup final, no matter what.
Yeah,
It just happened to be St. Louis
Yeah.
was the best of the expansion teams
but
and got destroyed.
I don't know if you saw this tweet.
And they never won a game in the Cup final. Been there 3 times.
So, do you know what the average cost of a new house was in 1970?
Oh yeah.
Did you see this tweet?
No. No, I didn't. see it.
$23,000. This means nothing to hockey, but I just find these weird stats that they post is pretty insane. Gas costed 36 cents.
Yeah.
The Beatles
The good old
broke up
days.
that year. And Apollo 13 happened that year.
Huh.
I don't know. I find that random stuff like, oh, that year? Well, this is other stuff that happened that year. I don't know. The other one, yeah, I'll go to this one too. So, I don't know if you knew this. Do you know the team with the longest playoff streak in NHL history is?
Wait, what? The
The
longest
team with the longest playoff streak, like how the Detroit
in
had.
history?
Yeah, Detroit was, they had like 22, 23. They were up
They had
there.
25.
Okay, well, good for them. Do you know the team with the most?
I thought it was Detroit.
No.
But, Montreal then?
No.
Is it St. Louis then?
No.
Boston?
Yeah, there you go. They had 29 years in a row. The Blues are third with 25. 25 years straight, and that wasn't including like 1970. That was 1980 to 2004.
Really?
Yeah. 0 cups in history.
Good. I mean, the Sharks have been in the playoffs every
I
fucking
know,
year.
but playoff streak, like, you made the playoffs 25 years in a row?
Yeah, they're terrible.
And then you add in those 3 years of where they probably shouldn't have made it, but
Yep.
they did. 28 years total, not total, but that was from I don't know. They probably made the playoffs like 35, 40 times, and they were only together for like 60. I'm just saying, like, in terms of how long they've existed for, and in terms of how many times they made the playoffs, they haven't won a cup. Like, the chances.
Vegas made the playoffs every year they've existed, and they haven't won a
Yeah.
cup. So
And they got robbed. The year they would be competing, in my opinion.
they'd probably still be playing right now.
I think they'd be the favorites, honestly.
But
I just thought that was insane, though. And especially Boston having that. I didn't know. I was like you. I thought Detroit's 25 or whatever was.
Yeah, I thought that
I
was
didn't know
a
Boston
record.
was that high.
Hmm.
It was. You know what though? It was. What that was at the time. It was the longest active. I bet.
yeah,
That's why we didn't realize it was the active.
like I thought they were going for 25 this whole time. Like I thought they were like 25 years was like a goal of theirs, like because it was the
Oh,
record.
Boston?
That's what
Or Detroit.
Detroit.
Oh, I don't know.
But
Really quick though, do you know when, just random stuff now, do you know when Bergeron was drafted? Like what, you know what round or what?
round? He was like a 7th rounder, isn't he?
No. He was second. He was 45th
Oh, he
pick.
was second. I thought it was way later.
Yeah. And then do you know when Bergeron, Marchand was taken? At all?
No clue.
71st. I just, that's the other small stuff. Like, just seeing players, it's like, oh my god, how many times have these teams passed up on that player? Like Bergeron, Hall of Famer, has to be. I say no doubt in my eyes, he has to be a Hall of Famer. And how many teams passed up on him? Some teams twice. Damn, that sucks. You can continue with your.
No, the only thing I was gonna say was that so Boston, since they have like 2 months in between games,
Oh yeah,
They,
11 days I think it is. Yeah.
they had a scrimmage and they made tickets available for the fans, and they ended up selling out all the tickets for it. And it's in the stadium. It's not like in a practice
yeah.
facility. It's at TD Garden, and they sold out the entire stadium for a scrimmage.
Yeah, I mean,
That's impressive.
I don't know. I feel like any.
No, St. Louis wouldn't sell out.
Not, I'm saying any like any Chicago or New York or
I feel like
Rangers, New York Rangers.
Boston would be kind of bored of it.
Let me clarify. Yeah, but just if let's say you see, okay, I mean, you're obviously, if you're any kind of hockey fan or Blackhawks fan, Blackhawks are in the finals, so many days off, and they're like, we're going to do the same thing. You see, you can get tickets for like $30. I'm going to that. Fuck yeah, $30? Sign me up. I'm sure they didn't say what tickets were priced at, but
I wonder when the scrimmage was like on a weekend.
I mean, it could have been, right? That ended like on a Wednesday or Thursday last week, right? Yeah.
Like I wonder when it was. Obviously, it was at night.
Yeah, probably. I mean, they probably went prime time.
Yeah, I guess a lot of teams would sell that out.
I wouldn't even say. I'm just like, I bet you LA in their heyday.
Probably a lot of Canadian teams.
But the majority of Canadian teams, minus Edmonton. I don't think you have to worry about that anytime soon. No, probably not. Maybe pre-riot Vancouver. I don't know about post-riot Vancouver. Yeah. I don't think Tampa Bay does.
So we just get straight to it and have your... I mean, we're both going to pick the same team.
Oh, yeah, I thought St. Louis.
We're both going to pick Boston.
I'm not a...
How many games do you think Boston's going to win it in?
I mean, honestly, I don't feel confident in the Boston fit anymore. Binnington scares the shit out of me.
Rask has been amazing.
That's the only reason where I actually makes me feel like...
I feel like Rask has been better than Binnington.
I don't think so.
I
think Boston's team as a whole has been better. Rask has been amazing, don't get me wrong, but he's had more help. I feel like Binnington has gotten them out of some situations. How many games did their series against the first round?
Wasn't that 6 games?
Was it 6?
I believe so.
Was it the Stars or National?
Winnipeg.
Oh, Winnipeg. Oh, that's Stars face. Oh, yeah.
Stars in the second round.
Winnipeg. Yeah, it was 6 games, wasn't it? Stars was second round. That was 7 games, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that went 7.
And they could start. Bishop could have. He helped almost got the Stars to win that game, but Binnington just outdueled. Well,
yep.
I guess Binnington really outdueled them. The Stars offense just said no. I don't know. I feel like the path has been harder for Binnington than
St. Louis will definitely get a game or 2.
I think he'll go 6 or 7. I don't think he'll do anything less than that.
Really?
Yeah, at this point. It's insane.
I could see 6.
January 1st, January 2nd, whatever the day was, this team's in last place in the league, right? Was it the lead or the Western? I think it was the lead they were in last. Whole entire league, you're in last place, and now you're playing in the Stanley Cup Finals? Are you fucking kidding me? That's the only reason. Like, if it was any other team, not any other team, if it was like any other team that wasn't Central Division, no, I'm not saying all Central, but like if it was Winnipeg, I'd root for them. Like pretty much minus Nashville, St. Louis, Pittsburgh, any other team besides those, I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, let's go that team.
So pretty much everyone is rooting for St. Louis.
I think so, just Boston as a whole.
Minus Illinois.
Yeah, probably.
And probably like you could probably cut that in half too. You cut Illinois in half because Southern Illinois is probably rooting for St. Louis.
Well, yeah, Southern Illinois is 100% rooting for St. Louis. Yeah, if you're a Hawks fan and you want St. Louis to win,
you're not a Hawks fan. Yeah.
I mean, no matter what. I mean, if you're a St. Louis fan, all the years if the Hawks won the Cubs, I guarantee you, they were rooting for Philly. They were rooting for Boston that 2013. They were rooting for Tampa Bay in 2015. It's just how it works. That just beats rivalry. Like, I don't want my team's rival team to win. I don't think that's being bitter. It's just it's how rivalries work.
What's crazy is if Boston does win, then the only teams that would have won the last 11 years, Pittsburgh, Chicago, Boston,
LA, and Washington.
And Washington got the 1.
Yeah, they snuck in there.
That's it.
Yeah.
So much for there being parity, huh?
That's what I don't understand. Everyone keeps saying, like, oh, as long as you make the Stanley Cup playoffs, like, you don't know what can happen after that. And that's kind of true to an extent. Like, yeah, you can win it, but still, if your team is a good team, and especially like if they know, I mean, experience helps for sure. You have the advantage. You have the edge. Can you lose? Are you, invulnerable? No, but there's definitely like no. This team is more likely to win. That's just how it is. This team's better, and everyone's like, no. Stanley Cup playoffs are a crapshoot. It's like, no, not necessarily.
But there always happens to be that one team that usually sticks around. And
I mean, Boston, they've made it to the Stanley Cup final at least 3 times in the past.
I think the fact that the first round was so crazy just helped Boston.
Yeah. Made it. I mean, unfortunately, I'm sorry.
I think that's the only reason why St. Louis is here.
I'm sorry, Columbus. I'm sorry, Carolina. You being where you were made it easier for Boston. That's just how it is. If Tampa Bay doesn't suck ass, it's a little different. If fucking... Nope, I take that back. No matter what in that Carolina, Pittsburgh, Islanders section, Boston kills them.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Pittsburgh
Washington.
might put up a fight,
Washington.
I
think no, fuck Pittsburgh. Washington. I can see them doing something. But like if Washington is there, they're going for the repeat. There's just a crazy first round. Yeah, anything can happen, but like Boston's a good team. They've been here, like I said, they've been here 3 times in the past 6-7 years. Chicago's been there 3 times in the span of 7 years. Was it 6 years? 2010 to 2015, 5 years. Pittsburgh's been there fucking so many times apparently. Just fuck them. Like there are teams that they get there once, they get good guys, and then they go right back. Like it's just how it is. San Jose was
so close to being one of those teams. They could have
so many times.
They could have taken the reins on that.
Yeah. Like, you could have easily swapped, Chicago out with San Jose.
Yeah.
You could, take any Western Conference team. L.A., it could have been, that great Chicago-L.A. series. Could have easily been that great Chicago-San Jose series.
Yep. Yeah.
It's just, unfortunately, San Jose, this era was not your era. Just let Thorin retire. Let Pavelski walk.
Is probably the biggest reason why they didn't have it.
Yeah, I mean, there's the one. I mean,
LA. I guess the Hawks too, though, because we beat them in the conference final one year.
Yeah, swept.
Yeah.
San Jose was the number 1 seed that year.
Well, let's just stick with San Jose then. Let's transition.
I mean, we don't really have much to say, honestly, about St. Louis. Oh, the one thing before we do, the only thing I have, and we don't have to talk about it. We both want Boston to win. We both need to go 6 or 7 games. I think the most interesting thing about the series is Binnington, Rask. But who's your Conn Smythe for each team?
I mean, right now it's probably Jaden Schwartz for St. Louis.
I was still thinking Binnington.
He had 2 hat tricks.
So, but one of them, I'm not saying meant nothing, but they already won. I don't know. I don't remember the other one, honestly.
I don't know. It's this. You can't pick a Conn Smythe until.
No, I mean, yeah.
The games are played.
Do you think there's anyone who.
Right now, it'd be Binnington and Schwartz, a 1A, 1B.
For St. Louis. What about Boston?
Boston is probably Marchand and.
Rask, maybe?
Rask. I'm sure Bergeron's up there.
Yeah. Do you think out of San Jose or Carolina, any of them contend for since they've made it to the conference and then lost?
No.
Did any of them do that well where it's damn, they really need to be considered?
Couture should have, Couture's the only one
get, a vote?
He won't even get a vote, though. Especially with this it's probably going to go 6-7 games.
It has to be.
The longer it goes, the less likely it is that Couture is going to.
For a Sharks or Carolina player to win it, it has to be man, without this player, literally, if they miss 1 game.
That's never even happened.
As far as losing team, yeah.
Losing
I don't
team
know
is
about
possible.
Conference.
No, there's no way.
I don't think it's no. If your goalie gets you 7 shutouts in the first 2 rounds.
I still don't think so.
I know. I do. If Beardoli did suit that, I don't know. Whatever. I was just curious. But yeah, the San Jose Sharks. What do you want to do about them?
Oh, I just want to go into they've been this really fucking good team for a long time now. They're to the point where this might have been their last year to contend for quite a while. A wheel.
Yeah, we both tried looking at I haven't really tried as far as original thoughts go. I haven't looked at their team myself and been like, oh, this is what they should do, and I think that would make them compete again. I've looked at Armchair GM just to see what their fans think.
Armchair GM.
Did I say that weird? Armchair.
You said it just really, really fast.
Top.
Armchair GM.
Just to see what their fans think, and after looking at it, it's they're in a really bad spot.
Yeah, the conclusion we come to is they have no cap space at all.
Yeah, because they have to sign Meyer to this either really expensive bridge deal or just a really expensive deal in general. I mean, you need... Or did I say Hurdle? I meant Meyer if I said Hurdle.
No, you said Meyer.
LeBlanc, he needs some sort of okay deal.
I don't think he gets
He'll get 3 years-ish. I mean, Pavelski needs money. I mean,
I'm talking price, though. Price is more important right now.
I know I said $3 million.
You said 3 years.
No, I said... whatever. Doesn't matter. I meant to say $3 million if I said 3 years. Pavelski, he's going to get 7-ish mil, maybe more.
If the Hawks could steal Pavelski, yes, please. Right now, put him on the first line with fucking Taze.
I don't know. I can see him staying what Thorne does. It would make sense.
He's 34?
34, 35. I think he turns 35 in the offseason, actually.
But he's still...
I love him. Did him for 4 years. He can be like a Thornton, just an ageless...
Pavelski's probably my second favorite center.
Who's your first favorite center?
Taze, obviously.
Oh, I mean, I like Taze. I just didn't know favorite center.
Yeah. I mean, just because.
He does all the right things. He had a great year. I don't know. They just have to re-sign so many people. And, could they re-sign Carlson? Yeah. I don't think they should.
If they re-sign Carlson, they lose Pavelski.
Yeah, they
100%. No chance he comes back then. They don't have
any
room for him.
Honestly makes it difficult.
They probably can't afford Thornton then.
Yeah, Thornton's going to get at least $3 million.
I think there's zero chance that Carlson comes back.
I don't think he would mind if they had the cap space. Where do you think Carlson goes, and how much do you think that... regardless of where he goes, $10 million. That's the price.
Really? You think he's just all about money? Doesn't care?
No, I think the thing that is more difficult is term. I think it's $10 million, because I just think that's what he gets offered. I don't think it's going to be hard for him to get $10 million. It's just a matter of...
I don't think it's hard for him to get $10 million. I think if he wants to go to teams that he wants to go to, he can't sign for $10 million.
You mean in terms of screwing them over?
In terms of fitting under the... Because it's no secret he wants to go to Tampa Bay.
I mean, for the right team and for the right price, I think, yeah, he considers it. I wouldn't rule Tampa Bay out by any means.
I just...
Tampa Bay is...
If I'm other teams considering Carlson right now, I look at the fact that San Jose isn't trying hard to get him.
I think they want him.
I looked at the fact that he didn't play the last game. I look at the fact that he left the second to last game midway through.
But without him, they don't.
Without him,
they don't get out of the first round.
But
he had an amazing playoffs, despite what you're. I agree with you.
He's so injured though. He's probably going to need surgery.
You pretty much have to talk to him and be like, okay, what injuries have you had? And
trust that he's telling the truth because he doesn't have to.
Yeah, true. You just have to be like, honestly, we want you.
He probably does have to take a physical, though, to sign a contract.
I don't know if he does. Maybe. I would hope so. But you'd have to just hope he's being honest, be like, seriously, what has been bothering you, and is, what surgery, what... What will prevent this from being an issue in the future? Do you need to be shut down for 2-3 months? Is that what needs to happen? Because we'll sign you and shut you down for 2-3 months. I mean, he did it with the Sharks this year. He didn't play for the first few months.
That was injuries, though. That was just nagging injuries. It
I
wasn't
thought
being
it was
shut down.
Was that not left over from last year?
It wasn't being shut down. It was recovering from injuries.
That's what I'm saying. Well, that's what I mean. Like shutting him down until he recovers.
I would, even if he was completely healthy, I would shut him down for.
No, I'm when I say shut down, I just mean like he's still recovering. But in 2 months or like start of December 1st or January 1st comes, I should be good. I should be fully healthy.
If I sign Carlson right now to he can only sign for 8 with San Jose, so it's gonna be 7 years.
You think he gets a 7-year contract?
Yes.
No matter where he goes.
No matter where he goes.
See, I
think that's the main thing he's looking for. I don't think he really cares as much about money as much as he cares about 7 years.
But that's why I think he'll get 10 mil because I think teams will be like 4 years, 5 years, 10 mil.
Or Tampa Bay goes 7 years, 7 mil.
I don't think he signs that.
No tax.
I don't think he signs that. I just don't.
I
think minimum is 8 mil. And that's.
I could see that team winning a cup though.
Well,
if you add Carlson
if he
to
plays.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying though. If you sign him to any type of deal, I feel like first year you limit him to.
I don't think he wants to be eliminated though. Like if he's healthy, that's what I'm saying. That all has to be discussed beforehand. You don't want to piss him off.
Yeah, but I lay this out to him though. Like first year, you're not playing more than 50 games.
What if he says, "No, I'm playing if I'm healthy, or else I'm not signing here."
Okay, bye. That's the difference maker for me. I want you to be healthy, so that's why we're limiting you.
Even when he was playing hurt,
I want you to be healthy when it matters.
Even when he was playing hurt, he was still doing well. Like, I'm not saying he should be playing. I'm just saying, like, in the playoffs, like, he was doing really well. And then, yeah, Pavelski's out that last game. Was it Hurdle? Hurdle was out that last game, and Carlson's out that last game. It's just like, wow, you're done.
Yep.
As soon as I saw that, I'm like,
I'm not even... was out of Magic then?
As soon as I read about 2 of them beforehand, and
Pavelski was
like,
game time.
I'd say like maybe a little bit before I saw that. I'm like, I'm not even gonna watch.
Yeah, I didn't watch either.
It's not. I don't want to watch the team I want to lose just destroy this other team.
That's half a team right now.
Yeah, it's just not even gonna be fun.
But getting back to San Jose. Look at their. You look them up on Cap Friendly right now?
I had them up when we started the podcast with them. Like,
I know. This is I didn't want. I want you to be surprised right now.
I already looked at them.
If you look at their no trade clauses and their no movement clauses, they all have the same number of teams that they have to submit. Guess how many number of teams they have to submit to.
Where'd you even see that on here? That they can be traded to, or that they can't be
that
traded?
They can.
Is it like 5 or something?
It's 3.
Oh, that they can be. Is that they do they show that? Oh yeah, look at that.
They get to submit a list of 3 teams that they could be traded to.
I was thinking they traded Vander Kane.
Martin Jones has one of those.
I was thinking they traded Vander Kane, but after seeing that, there's no way in hell that happens.
Does he have one of those?
Yeah.
They gave him one of those?
Yes, they do.
Jesus. That's probably their worst contract, honestly.
I mean,
he's doing good, yeah.
6 more years.
That much longer? How old is the Vander Kane?
27.
Oh, God.
That's not terrible.
That's bad.
I don't think it's that bad. 7
27, 6 years.
He's making $1 million less than Couture. But Couture's 3 years older. I did not realize Couture was that old.
Couture's
30 years old.
What?
I thought he was like 27, 26. Yeah, 30. News to me, too.
Wow. No, I had no idea Couture was that old. In my mind, he was 26.
He's only 4 years younger than Pavelski. Decade younger than Thornton.
They need to rebuild anyways. It doesn't fucking matter if they want to or not.
Why? They thought Couture signed, though.
Yeah, for $8 million for how many more years?
I don't know. It's so long it doesn't fit
on the string. A lot more?
It doesn't fit on the string. Oh, Jesus. This is the first year of his 8-year contract. Oh, no. Next year's the first. My bad. Next year, I'm doing it again.
Oh, God. I mean...
I like Couture.
I like Couture, too. What's funny is I always thought San Jose was a team that got their guys to take less.
Yeah.
That's because their guys are all 30 fucking years old.
Well, now they are. You can only say that for so many years until they become 30 years
I mean,
old.
fucking Burns just signed that deal too, didn't he?
Yeah, he's old.
And he's 32.
He's up there. What was I looking at? I wanted to look up.
I take back all of my good thoughts about San Jose. That there weren't that many there, but
Yeah, I definitely looked at this team like, oh, they got a bright future. They got Couture. He's probably like 26, 27. They got Hurdle. They got Meyer.
I mean, Hurdle and Meyer are both young, but they're
Hurdle's
basically
not that young. Hurdle's 25. I'm not saying that's old, but I'm just saying Meyer's 22. So
they're basically where the Hawks are, but the Hawks have more promising prospects, and the Hawks.
You only say that though because we obviously pay more attention to the Hawks prospects. So you don't.
I mean, I'd take DeBrincat over
Meyer, yeah.
anyone on the Sharks.
Oh, I thought you were just comparing like because Meyer and DeBrincat are
I would
like.
take DeBrincat over
Meyer
Meyer.
needs a new contract this year. DeBrincat will need one next year. So that's why I compared them instantly. But LeBlanc,
I don't like LeBlanc that much.
I don't like. I mean, good. They're good, really good third line
pairing
player.
guy, yeah, a third line guy. I mean,
Yeah. He's 23 though. I mean, I definitely saw them more as Thornton's old, Pavelski's old, Burns is older, but I'm like, oh, they got these young guys though, and now
so people always say they got their guys to take less, but that's just because their guys haven't won anything. The reason why Taves and Kane and Keith and
Seabrook are
Keith
getting
isn't
paid.
even making that much.
He's only
Seabrook,
making 5.5 or 5.3.
Keith is making on a good fucking deal.
How did that happen?
But the reason why Seabrook,
deal-
Taves, Kane, they're making that much is because they won.
Which is dumb though, because at the same time they always say, "Oh, you shouldn't pay players for what they've done. You need to pay them for what they're gonna do." But that's not how.
But if
exactly
you want
it
to keep
works.
winning, you want to keep those players.
If you want to keep those players, that's not what you do. Unfortunately, it's not. That's in the perfect world. Yes,
the only
that's how
one
it
I
works.
hate is the Seabrook one.
Taves and Kane, I can live with.
Because
Keith,
even at the time of the Seabrook contract,
Yeah.
it was insane.
when Taves and Kane signed that, I was just like, oh, thank God they signed them. And it's like, oh, they're the highest paid players. They, at
Yeah,
the
they
time it was
deserve
like
that.
they deserve that. And then Seabrook signed, it's like, oh God, what did they just do? Give me one. But the Teeth's contract. Talk about a deal. How often do you say this contract aged very well? That's a good fucking. I don't know how many
it
more
was the
years he
perfect
has.
contract because even
At the time, it was high.
at the time, but he was really fucking good
Yeah.
at the time too.
That's what I'm saying. He got paid at
So,
the time and considered a really good
It's
high contract.
It was perfect timing for him to get that contract.
For
'cause
mainly
now
all-
that he's not,
for the Hawks, not for him.
now that he's not in his peak,
He's getting paid.
He's getting
about
paid.
what he's worth. Maybe
yeah,
probably a
he's
little.
probably
a mil,
little bit
a mil.
overpaid, but no one's arguing it. Like
I'd say a mil. Take away, put him down to 4.5. Not even a question. He's got 4 more years on his deal. I can see the light out of the tunnel on the Seabrook contract, though.
oh yeah,
A whole 5 years down the line. Oh God.
Keith has 4 more years on his deal.
Including next year, yeah.
Huh. I thought it was less than that.
I mean, honestly, unless something crazy happens, his contract's done. He's retiring. He'll be 39-ish. I mean, don't get me wrong. Could he probably keep playing? Yeah. The only reason I see him doing it, depending on where the Hawks are. Maybe he does a Thornton and he signs for like a year for like $3 million or something to be a bottom pairing defenseman.
Yeah.
Are we done with San Jose talk? Can we be? It's just depressing.
Yeah, I mean, we were looking up like
I was
cap
just
friendly
gonna
teams
say.
and stuff, but like the best case scenario for them is to let Carlson walk and sign the rest of your pieces
That you
for-
need to sign.
Yeah,
Re-sign, and that's it.
yeah.
You ain't getting anything
Then you have
more
no
than
more
that.
cap space. You're
Yeah.
losing. Next year, your team's going to be the same exact thing minus
Carlson.
Carlson.
Yeah. That's about all I have to
Unless
say
you
about
come up with some creative trade, like I don't.
where you can only trade your guys to 3 teams.
Vlasic making $7 million isn't looking good for them right now.
No, I like Vlasic too, but that's looking
I like
rough.
Vlasic too, but he should be on that 5-year or that $5 million deal.
Yeah,
that
like
Keith's on.
5.5. So the only 2 questions I have for San Jose, and then as far as I'm concerned, I'm done with them. They're done with talking about them.
Yeah, I'm completely done already. So
Thornton, does he re-sign very much. Like, do you think he resigns?
I think he plays another season.
So you think he does? See, I thought that too. I really did. After looking at the team, like honestly, I know he loves his teammates and everything, and he's honestly he's one of those few people that it's like but behind closed doors, he really like that nice. Betcha he is. He seems like just a nice guy.
Yeah.
So he probably doesn't do this to the same extent. But do you think he really looks at this team on paper and goes like, and then looked at how much salary cap his team has and be like, oh, if I sign for, even if he signs for $1 million, which he won't,
They still
even
have
if
a lot
he
of
signs
cap.
for $1 million, what is that like $2 to $3 million of cap space going to do for them?
Not going to get you a Carlson replacement.
No,
That's for damn sure.
It will get you a third line guy, and then not even a good one. Just nah. I was thinking, what did you think of the idea of him just waiting out 2-3 months and seeing how they do?
I mean, yeah, I can see that.
I mean, that way he's old. I know in his at the interview, he said that his body feels good. He feels good, and that he can do it. It's just he needs to figure out if he wants to and talk to his family.
Look at the.
That'll help him rest, though.
Look at the division they're in, though.
Yeah, I know it's rough.
I was leaning the other way, though. I feel like.
I feel like what I said can go both ways, though. Which way are you taking it? They got Vegas to contend with.
Vegas will be
Calgary.
good next year. Calgary
They'll
will be
make the
good
playoffs.
next year. That's it.
Yeah. Edmonton sucks. LA, good luck.
So they're going
Ducks?
to make the playoffs
No, thank
next
you.
year. And once you make the playoffs, anything can happen.
They have some garbage teams in that division. Some bottom feeders
Unless
for sure.
Vancouver or Arizona make
I
a
forgot
jump.
about Vancouver and Arizona. My bad.
Make a jump.
I'd say
into the next-
Yeah, those are the only two that could push them out.
because Edmonton's not doing shit. The Kings aren't doing shit. Anaheim needs to start a
What?
rebuild, and they're not doing it.
Of all three of those teams, what team is worse off?
All three: Anaheim, Edmonton, and the Kings.
Yeah, those would be the three.
I'm gonna say Edmonton.
Just because of management.
Jesus, that was quick.
I knew you were Edmonton. Let's be honest.
No, just because they have so many shitty fucking contracts that no
Well,
one
yeah,
wants,
and they don't-
they're at the cap with two good players.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They have to not only fix management, but they also have to, they have not
Like,
just their
at least
team
the
to
Kings
fix.
have at least the Kings and Anaheim have pieces that are like. Anaheim will they'll probably be decent in a couple years, but they got a lot of good prospects coming up. Edmonton, all their prospects, they traded away. Like,
They got Yamamoto.
I mean, they traded Taylor Hall. They traded fucking all their.
Well,
All
Taylor
their
Hall wasn't
star
a prospect when they
prospects.
traded him.
I know. I'm just saying, like
I
they
know
had.
it was.
This was their prospects,
Oh, like yeah.
and they got rid of all.
I don't think.
The
Whatever.
Kings, I don't fucking
The
know
other
what the
thing
Kings
is
are gonna do.
After Thornton, though, does Pavelski? Thornton specifically said he's a shark. He's not playing for another team. Not in those exact words, but he said that. Do you think Pavelski maybe thinks about as I don't think they'll give Pavelski the amount of years he wants. They don't want to keep Pavelski short on term. 2 years, maybe 3. I don't know if he'll be okay with that though, unless he does what Thornton's doing.
I don't know.
But there's no guarantee with what Thornton's doing.
I could see Pavelski going somewhere else.
I mean, he's their captain. You just said you don't let your captain walk. And you said that like 30 minutes ago.
Well, yeah, but now Couture becomes your captain. Then, like, it's an easy replacement.
Who becomes your alternates? Burns and Thornton? I
Vlasic.
don't know who their alternates are. I don't know.
They have a lot of options for alternates.
Yeah, you can even go young if you really want to.
You could give Meyer and
You can give Hurdle or Meyer. I mean, they're going to be around for a while. Maybe you start.
You definitely don't give one to Kane.
No. For multiple reasons. No, yeah, you can definitely just Hurdle and Meyer. You would hope they're there for a while, so
Right. So the
give them
alternates
that
on
leadership
right
role
now and
now
hope
and-
they take it as a badge of honor
and act like it pretty much. Yeah. Well, that's all I have for the stars. I was just curious. Yeah, there's nothing crazy in terms of rough typing. There's nothing crazy in terms of Blackhawks up, but they did actually release the details of the. Is it Anton Whedon? Or is it Anthony? Something.
It's
Swedish
Whedon.
guy.
Just say Whedon.
I know the last name. I don't remember the first. He's 1 year under $1 million, and that's great. He'll be competing for a bottom six role, which is like, yeah, they could probably use that. Like their bottom six isn't. I mean, they need forward depth as a whole. So, and then Kubelik, they didn't release his contract because I don't think he can actually sign it until. What are you looking at? What?
I'm looking ahead for our cap-friendly armchair GM.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. No.
Found a really bad one.
Oh, I forgot to mention what's the other thing that I had? I had something else.
Thing you have?
It was a Florida San Jose thing. That's right. I remember what it is. We'll talk. I'll briefly mention that. But I don't think they can announce Kubelik's contract until after the tournament for till his team just eliminated or they win or whatever. But Bowman specifically said he'll be competing for a top 9 or bottom 9. I'm not sure exactly how they.
Probably top 9. He's not going to say bottom anything.
But
He'll give him the hope of being in the top line.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe. I'm sure they'll try him there. No, why not, right? What's the worst? I mean, you have an opening unless
it'll get worked out in
training
camp and preseason.
But I mean, at least they're. I mean, it's fair. I mean, that's how Panarin got found. Just
Panarin was a little more highly touted than that, though. I think.
I mean, we weren't aware of him at the time. I mean, I know we didn't follow it as much as we do now, but still, like, I feel like if he was that highly touted, then we would have been more aware. But,
yeah, it's always a crapshoot when players come from overseas.
I mean, even drafting too,
especially if they're in the KHL.
Yeah.
Like, you never fucking know.
Oh. But there was that. They signed. What was it? We already talked about the coach. There was something else Hawks related. I don't remember what. I'm mad at myself now. No, I take it back.
I thought you took screenshots.
It wasn't for Hawks stuff. A little disappointed in myself. Whatever. They signed some people that will be. I mean, I think they'll both make the roster. So I mean, they're people that you'll probably be made aware of eventually if you actually watch Hawks games.
I mean, I hope they make the roster because I feel like the roster is pretty set already. So if they're making the roster, they're better than someone that was on the team last year.
So in your eyes right now, how, like, without any crazy signings or anything like that, the first line is Taze and Kane United on the first line?
Oh,
for
yeah,
you?
100%.
And then I'm guessing you have Kajula.
I like Kajula on the first line.
And so Stroman DeBrincat on the second.
I've kind of given up on Sakura. I'm fine with trading him, honestly.
Yeah, I'm fine with trading him too for the right, like, not for like a 7th rounder or anything like that though.
No, for a 4th.
Yeah,
I'd be fine with that.
Just to get him just to officially say, all right, we're
with how many chances he had last season.
He didn't look terrible though.
He should have fucking scored.
He wasn't scoring, but he didn't look bad.
He never scored a goal.
He could have. He
never scored a goal.
That wasn't necessarily his fault. He should have had multiple goals though.
I mean, I guess
he hit so many posts. The goalie made some crazy saves. I know
is a few times. Is he an RFA this season, or is it next season?
No, I think both him and his brother are. Like, you hear about the brother, but I think they're both.
Yeah, his brother's just there to keep him happy. That's it.
I want to say they're both up and they need to be re-signed. Yeah.
I mean, if he signs,
yep.
Basically sign the same contract he had. 3 years, 9.25 or something like that.
He'll do something smaller to hope he proves himself. So who's on that second line for you?
I mean, I like Perlini.
I don't like him on the second line. I don't think he's good enough to be on the second line.
I don't think so either, but I don't.
Do you maybe think Kubalit or whatever his last name, maybe he hopefully competes for it?
Sure.
I mean, I don't.
That second line right wing is a
very
audition.
Even the first line left wing is too, though.
I don't know. I like Kajula.
I know you like him, but even when
I feel like if you get that second line right wing, you have a shot at getting the first line left wing.
Well, but if there's chemistry with Strom and DeBrincat, you don't fuck that up.
Well, you definitely see if you. They're definitely gonna fit. Like there's
it's gonna be.
They're gonna mess around because they're Strom and DeBrincat might not even.
So not
play,
even saying like first line left or second line
game.
right. So your top six is pretty much Taze Kane, DeBrincat, Strom, and then you need
whoever.
Two wingers.
Yeah, we need wingers to fill in.
Two wingers, probably. I mean, I would definitely give Kajula the chance again because he did do well with Taze and Kane. But I think Kubalik or Saad honestly compete for it. And not sure why not give Whedon a chance. Like, fuck it. What's the worst that can happen? You lose if you go on like an 8-game losing streak. Okay, been there, done it. But then you have your bottom six. Right now, obviously, your centers are set. Just like your, I mean, for this team, the centers are set unless I'm going in with to this.
I hope. I honestly hope Entwistle makes the next.
I don't know if he does. I mean, yeah, it's just to try him out. Why not? Doesn't he need to be? Does he need to be signed right now, or does Edsel? I always get them mixed up.
I don't know.
I mean, it's in front of me. It's Edsel, and Twistle's good. And Twistle's only 19. I didn't know he was that young. Did you know that?
Yeah, I knew he was young.
Which one's probably not going to play for the Hawks ever? Is it Edsel then? It's one of them for sure.
I don't know.
It is Anton Whedon too, by the way. I was right. But anyways, assuming that I'm going into this saying the Hawks draft Byram because they need to draft the best player available, and I really, after reading a bunch, I think it's him.
Yeah.
I know it's another defenseman, but at least he's a number one defenseman. At least he's supposed to be. Yoki Haru, as good as he is, and as much as I like him, I think his ceiling's at number 2. And I think that's being generous. Just because he was possibly our best defenseman when he played last year doesn't make him a number 1.
I think his ceiling is second pair, honestly.
No.
I mean, his ceiling's still a first pair.
I mean, yeah, he's still 20.
I think 21. He ends up on the second pair.
But none of their defenseman prospects right now are projected to be a first number 1 defenseman. So I think, honestly, I'm fine with Byram. And that gives you the option to possibly package or trade Yoki Haru or Bodie.
I do like Cousins, though.
Oh, have you
Dylan Cousins?
See, the thing, though, is I'm seeing none of the centers they're all at most projecting to be a second-line center. At most.
The Hawks don't need that. I mean, I guess they
kinda
will eventually.
do, though.
He just had his best season.
Ideally, if you draft a center in this draft, maybe he plays second-line center this year, which I don't see how he does because of Dylan Strome. Maybe he plays second-line center for 2 years, and then you slowly switch whoever you draft, and you put him in the number 1 role.
I don't know. I still think Byram should be the one picked, but
I
wouldn't be mad if they picked Cousins.
Unless you toss whoever is better at face-offs. He does the face-offs, the other guy's on the wing. And then once Taze is ready to take a step down, maybe then... But Taze, that's the thing. Taze is too good at face-offs to just drop down like that.
Drop too far, yeah.
You can't have him as your third-line center. And with this guy and then whoever you draft and then Strome, that's just... There's a good issue in the sense that you have too many centers, then I guess, but still.
I mean, if you have too many centers and Taze isn't up to the task of playing center anymore, you have him take face-offs and slide. Have him pull a Pavelski.
Yeah,
have him take face-offs and then play the wing.
Yeah, I mean, that's not that hard, too.
Or who else is doing that? Giroux. Giroux's been doing that. Taking face-offs and he slides the right wing.
I'm sure they did that with Bergeron when they really need face-off wins before. Or no, that was more. Maybe that was more.
I think Bergeron wins the face-off and skates off the ice. Yeah.
But whatever, they'll do what they. I mean, they pay people to scout these players. They better know. Yeah, at least they're going in at least with some sort of idea and whatnot of watching these people. Anyways, I'm just going in with the idea that they're drafting Byram. But bottom sits, assuming Anisimov's still here, Anisimov and Tamp are your other two centers.
Yeah.
And this is the part where it's like Perlini's in there.
Yeah, it's just a mix and match of whoever's left over.
Saad, I guess, if you're not using them. Saad or Kubalik, whoever's not in the top six, one of them gets dropped down to the bottom. Whedon looks like he might compete, and then my math's right, that's one more spot open.
It's basically just whoever is left.
Yeah. Oh, it's Akira if he's still around, I guess. Fuck it, why not? I don't know, it's not... Oh, Cahoon. I left out Cahoon. See? Yeah. Sorry. It sucks because I like Cahoon. I think he should be in the top six. Second line. Maybe second or third
I
line.
like Cahoon for the second line right wing.
Yeah. It's just going to be tricky. The Hawks have the weird problem of, like, there's a lot of guys on the team that I like, and I'm probably overvaluing a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I overvalue all the Hawks.
At least we do it knowingly, I guess. There's some value in that. But overvalue them, and then it's just like... I don't know. I don't know what to like. We can draft Cousins, but it's like, but Strome. But that guy is probably better than Strome.
I like Strome.
He's doing well.
I want to see what he does this season. That'll basically determine the amount of money he gets on his next contract.
Yeah.
Which shouldn't be anything insane.
If he has another year like he did this year, and he's not getting a full year with the Hawks. Imagine if he keeps that for the whole year.
If he keeps it up for the full year, we're in the playoffs, then we're fucking a solid fucking team.
I don't want to go through the defense because the defense is a mess.
Well, the defense is going to be fucking...
It's a fucking crapshoot. The one thing I remembered what I wanted to mention, though. At the Worlds, Finland is at the gold medal game, right? I'm not wrong in saying that?
Yep, that's right.
Is it Finland?
With, Finland versus Canada.
And the goalie that's down there, Lantinen?
I don't know what the fuck his name is.
I mean, that's a Blackhawks goalie prospect right there. He's 24.
Wasn't Yogi Harju on the team?
I mean, it's Finland, so I would assume so.
Yeah.
I know, but we know that beer save. But we know of Yogi Haru. But he's Lantinen, whatever his name is 24, and he's signed for this. This is the last year he's signed for this upcoming year. I mean, in terms of goaltending, the Hawks aren't looking terrible. He's hopefully get Crawford if he's healthy hopefully he's healthy, and you get him on a little bit cheaper deal. You got still a number one starter when he's healthy for a few more years. You got Delia, who's proved that he can be he's not bad. He can at least be a backup right now. And then you got Lantinen, who you got to give a look at some point, when Crawford gets hurt or something. If he gets hurt, hopefully he doesn't. You bring him up, you throw him in for a few games, you see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, you get rid of Forsberg.
He's not signed right now.
Oh, there you go.
I was just going to say, and I know you won't like it, but they do have Forsberg still, but they don't technically.
Just have him play in the AHL and go from there.
I'm just saying, I think the Hawks goalie pool is better off than I thought it was before. I feel like that's the hard part about goalie prospects. Can you name, besides fucking Gibson for 20 years, I didn't know of any other team that's like goalie prospects.
I know a few. I mean,
Hart.
That Gorgiev for New York, he's solid. He's their backup right now, so he's good. But they have another goalie in the system who's supposed to be really fucking good.
I mean,
I can't remember their names, though. There's like 2 Russian goalies that are supposed to be really fucking good.
Really? But, I mean, Martin Jones was a prospect at one point for, wasn't it L.A.? I think he played for L.A. But, yeah, no, I think it's cool that I didn't realize how decent their goalie pool actually looks right now. I don't really have anything else Blackhawks-wise.
How long are we at right now?
A bit. I think we only do one tap friendly if you want to do it. Because it's getting a little lengthy.
What are we at?
It's lengthy.
Hour and a half?
With like the mumbo jumbo in the beginning that's not us actually recording. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. We really went on.
I know.
That's why when you mentioned the arms jersey and stuff, I'm like, I forgot about that.
So we'll do one real quick.
Yeah.
I just want to find the one I wanted to do.
Talk.
Oh, it's for the Kings. It's called Refuse to Rebuild.
I'll say if it's called realistic, I quit.
No, it's not called realistic.
They're not realistic.
They're basically saying the opposite. So there's a lot of trades in
Wait,
here,
the
but
realistic ones are the one you're looking at is basically saying the opposite.
the one I'm looking at is basically saying the opposite.
Oh, they were rebuilding?
There's just no. It says refuse to rebuild.
Yeah, they're saying the opposite. So they what?
It's the opposite of being realistic.
Oh, okay, I got you now. Yep.
So, in one trade, I'm going to tell you what they're getting. They're trading with Montreal. They're getting Joel Armia,
See,
Paul Byron. He's an okay prospect.
Okay.
I mean, he's on the team right now, but I still consider him like he's kind of like a Yogi Haru
Yeah.
prospect. Paul Byron and the 3rd round pick.
I mean,
They're trading away one player.
oh, is it like Tolvachuk?
No, it's not.
Is it Dustin Brown?
It's Jeff Carter.
Oh, he was my next one. Wow, I feel like, wow, why are you doing that? Is Jeff Carter doing... No, he might have had a rough year, but why are you just doing it?
Wasn't he hurt most of the year, or was that last year?
was.
That might have been last year.
I don't know.
That one, I feel like they're not getting enough back for that one.
Yeah. I mean,
I
Carter...
know Armia's supposed to be decent, but to take on Paul Byron and the 3rd.
Byron's not bad. He's a good player. I don't know what his contract is or anything.
He's old, though.
Is he? I thought he was like 27, 28.
Really? I thought he was, like, really old.
Okay, is there another trade or?
Yeah, trying to decide what I want to tell you.
Great. Here, just show me and I'll tell you. Byron is 30.
So they're trading with Nashville. They're getting back Colton Sissons
Okay.
and Kyle Turris.
Okay, so nothing.
I mean, Turris is young, though.
Is he? I don't think he's young.
He's mid-20s, upper 20s.
It's not young. So you have to say upper. He's no longer young. He's 29.
Okay, he's 29.
All right.
What? I don't think Turris has a lot of value, but guess what? They're trading one player away.
Is it Dustin Brown or
It's
Kolachek?
Dustin Brown. They're trading away Dustin Brown, and
Oh.
I don't like Turris. I think he is worth
Like a
5th, 4th. But Dustin Brown is worth negative.
Yeah,
You give me a 3rd, and maybe I'll take Dustin
You
Brown.
know how much money he made?
He got paid because they won the Stanley Cup right before his contract was up. So he's making, what, 6, 7 mil?
5.875.
Yeah.
For 3 more
Way
years.
too fucking much.
He has a modified no trade clause though.
That's the one crazy one to me, is them trying
they're
to
both
trade.
pretty garbage.
Would you trade Dustin Brown?
No, Dustin Brown's on your team for 3
or would
more
you trade
years.
Kyle Turris for Dustin Brown?
No, I'm not. I mean, that's the National GM's not stupid. Is it Poyle or Poyer or something like that?
Poyle.
David Poyle. He's no dum-dum. He won't
Okay,
do
the
it.
next one, they're trading with Pittsburgh. They're trading away Tyler Toffoli, Derek Forbert, and Kale Prospect.
Okay, so it's a Foley. As far as I'm concerned.
Forbert's NHL. He's on the NHL. He's playing with
Is he like
the
22
Kings
or
right now.
something?
I don't fucking
What's
know
his
how old
name?
he is. Derek Forbert. Forbort.
He's a defenseman, 27 years old, 2.5 mil for 1 more year.
But they're trading with Pittsburgh. What do they get him back? It's one player.
Oh, jeez, is it Kessel?
It is Kessel.
I don't suck at this, apparently.
It is just an easy one because it's so bad.
Yeah, wow. Consider my trade now, Pittsburgh.
They make a couple other trades, but it's no one of note.
You get Yoki Haru, a 2nd, and Saad or Anisimov. I'll even give your pick of a Saad or Anisimov.
So their team ends up being Kopitar, Kovalchuk,
Still nothing
with
competent.
Paul Byron on the first line.
Still a no
Turris,
playoff team.
Kessel, Iafallo on the second line. Yeah, that's still not a good team.
Look at their defense.
They have no left defense.
Who's their
it's
second best defenseman?
Alec Martinez,
Who's their third?
Phaneuf.
Yep. That's the name I was looking for. I didn't see Martinez. I forgot he was there. I mean, with the whatchamajit trade, the two trades, they're clearing over 10 million cap space. Dustin Brown and Carter. Actually, about 10.
The top comment on here is I feel like these trades are all realistic. However, if I were a Kings fan, I would rather have Brown than Turris. No.
All right.
No, you don't.
Off that note, I think that does it for this long and lengthy episode, unless you actually have anything else. I'm going to take that.
No, I got nothing.
All right. Follow us on all the social medias and what's not. Socially Hawkward Knowing the Ward at Twitter. Socially Hawkward 19A in the Ward on Instagram. Yeah, that's it for right now. We will be back next week.
Later.
Bye.